ฮ Back when I reviewed Superstar Saga, I said that the turning point from the game being good to terrible was the appropriately titled Joke's End level. Dream Team isn't going full A to B side like that game did, but I am sensing a storm after the fight with Mammoshka. It didn't start out well with this whole Pajamja mountain level being a filler nightmare between all the hoops you had to jump to wake up Big Massive, so you could just get to the climb itself being chock full of platforming challenges to slowly get up to giant pillows that could bash open gates for you. It's also stuffed butt to gut with enemies that take some time to kill, and they are everywhere. I think this was the level where I actually actively started avoiding combat because this level is such a patience grinder. It's just climbing. There's not even any cool vignettes or sub-objectives to do, or even NPCs to interact with. It's just a mountain climb, and not helping is the rare occasion where this game goes into the weird fetishistic side of appreciating exercise with the statues of great massives you can find on the way up. Yeah, that wasn't going to be the best thing to find in a video game, but whatever. At the end of all this waiting and grinding and hoping the level will eventually end is the boss fight with Mammoshka, a monster that Alpha Dream threw in completely out of left field, treating it as some sort of guardian of the mountain that even the massives couldn't beat up. We have never seen Mammoshka until this very moment, so why should I give a crap about it other than it being in my way? There's not even a funny skit or physical comedy to set this boss fight up. I mean, there is a skit, it's just not funny. It's just there, it throws the massives off a cliff and gets right into things. The problem is that in spite of being bookended at the conclusion of this 3-hour bore fest of a level, Mammoshka is frighteningly powerful, and that's because the attacks it uses are cheating. That's an overstatement, but it's kind of true. The big offender is Mammoshka's boulder throwing attack, where it grabs a rock in the background and throws it at both Mario brothers in the foreground. And if they don't hit the boulder in the precise dodge window and at the same time, it will strike one or most likely both of them for massive damage. We are talking 1/3 to 1/2 health bar damage here. And when the battle starts rolling along, you'll have to hit this boulder multiple times to complete the dodge. Every time it gets higher in the air and the dodge timing changes, and this attack gets incredibly bullshit at the end game because the boulder starts flying literally off screen until all you have is your internal timers to work this crap out. That was bad. What gets worse is Mammoshka's background chase attack, where it'll sidle across the screen with a vacuum attack to grab one of the Mario brothers and then shoot them at the other one. You have to dodge each of Mammoshka's attacks twice, and each time it attacks, Mammoshka will vary up the attack speed to dick with your ability to dodge it. And at Mammoshka's slowest is when split-second dodging is required. She can chain around 6 of these attacks into a single combo, and if you fuck up once, you're in for some hard damage to come back from. What's better is Mammoshka's side screen chase, where all you have to do is jump over or on top of Luigi to get a hit in, and then there's Mammoshka's strategy to drag this out even longer. Periodically, it'll summon minions to provide helmets to Mammoshka's obvious weak point, and if you play this right, then you'll only have to deal with the wooden bucket that can be broken with one attack. Screw this up, and you'll have to deal with either the shell or the spike helmet, both of which can only be broken by dodging its chases or boulder tosses. And even with this difficult arsenal of attacks, Mammoshka also gets a ton of health to make this a real challenge that you'll hate the guts of. I don't know why Alpha Dream thought the player should spend so much time on this Mammoshka fight, because the player doesn't care about the boss at all. Paper Mario games showed you how this was done. You present the boss by having it dick around with the player during the level, and make speeches or appearances during the entire process. Not when it's showtime, or at least have some back and forth between the players and the boss to start them getting invested in a good character. Mammoshka is a monster, nothing more. It has no ability to speak, and the only option at your disposal is to put it down like a bad dog. It's something no one wants to do because it's very difficult, mad dogs are cruel and vicious, and could also lead to your death like half the time. Also, the ultimate point of a boss fight is to get satisfaction from beating a challenge. When that challenge starts becoming bullshit is when the boss fight itself starts to get annoying, therefore there is no satisfaction from being dicked around by a developer's bullshit. Mammoshka is a terrible boss, and kind of a prelude for what's to come later down the line, spoiler alert.